The music isn't stopping.
No, it's not.
We're live. We're back, lads. Another shit show. We're live.
What the hell is going on here?
It must be on in the background, is it? Have you got it open somewhere?
So someone has it on in the background.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on here? It must be on in the background, is it? Have you got it open somewhere?
So someone has it on in the background.
Oh God! Like, you just couldn't make it up, could you? You know, it comes back new and improved. Got a sponsor on board for tonight's show, and yeah, it's the same old carry on.
I missed it, Tom.
Huh?
I missed it.
How are things? Cotty won by 9 lengths today. We're on.
Yeah, I know. I was off.
Start again.
Starting. What? No.
Intro again. Let's
Intro.
go.
Oh, for the love of God! This. What? That's
Work
better.
that time.
That's better.
Hello and welcome back to the finishing line.
better.
And Andrew made a massive boo-boo there. And
I had YouTube open
I don't know
as
what
well.
was going on.
I had YouTube open at the same time.
But welcome back, and it is our live Royal Ascot preview. The lads are wicked excited to do this. Tom and Andrew are foaming at the mouth all week waiting for this. And it's proudly brought to you by CJ's Football Betting Tips. Andrew's going to throw some information up on the screen here for us. They do some in-play bets, accumulators, goal scorer bets, challenges, foul card bets, and much, much more. They're some of the recent winners. And if you want to check it out, check them out on Telegram or download Telegram if you don't have it yet.
Links in the description.
And the link is in the description. Andrew actually did that part right.
I did. And there was an article on the finishinglinepod.com where you can check out everything about CJ's football betting tips. He's had a good few winners lately, so big thanks to CJ for his support.
It wouldn't be the finishing line with something going wrong anyway, so that was just standard enough. We haven't been here in a while.
New intro was nice though.
Yeah, the new intro was
Whoa,
nice.
table shot.
The background noise after didn't really work. Tom's drunk. Again, it wouldn't be finished line without Tom being drunk. Sunday evening, drinking champagne.
Slaunted.
Cotty won today. Henry had 2 winners. Outsiders.
How?
What the fuck is going on?
How did Cotty on the steal?
Cotty on the steal is right. 9 lengths in a 0 to 116 competitive 18 grand mares handicap hurdle. That was class. I got such a kick out of that.
We'll give Tom's corner towards the end there because he's on Pimlico news, and we can
Tom's corner's back.
We can touch on Cotty again and some of the new blood in the Pimlico colours. New blood. Good blood.
Expensive blood.
Yeah.
Spend the money, speculate to accumulate, guys.
Correct. Sean is fresh from visiting Facile Vega. The rest of them don't really matter. Facile Vega, how did that go, Sean?
Oh, that was an unbelievable day, lads. I've dreamed of going down there at since I watched racing. And I just want to say a big thanks to Maria Fitzgibbons and Dave Porter, who brought us around when we were down there. They gave us a great spin. We were down there for a good part of the day. And as you've seen on Twitter, I've seen many of the stars. It was unbelievable stuff. It's a day I won't be forgetting anyways.
He felt bad and he had to put "it's not for me" in there as well.
Yeah,
Taunton jumps. The hell with the flat Tom. 5 days of fancy bumpers. Let's go to Cheltenham preview. Anti-post show number 1. What's the first anti-post pick?
You're welcome, Sean, because
Jesus.
You're really drunk. That all came about because I met John up in Dublin Racing Festival, and my love of Facile Vega brought you to Closhutton to see him.
It was
I was
actually an unbelievable trip.
What was I doing that week? I was at a
Some
One
of
of
the
them
kid.
confirmation things.
Yeah, I was at one the night before. My
Yeah.
son's.
Yeah, I was at that one too.
That's one we're
That
at.
one too. How you
Tom,
on?
I'll tell you something. I just want to give him a quick story. I was walking down the barn and I looked down the barn and I seen a big chestnut with the head over the door. And I said, hold up. That
Monkfish.
has to be it. That has to be it for me. Dave Porter looks at me and says, what the fuck are you looking at? And then he goes, yes, that was him. So I went and got me a picture. It was great.
When the fella going around is going, what the fuck's this fella looking at this thing for?
Yeah.
Saying something.
Well,
Roll on
Sean
next
and Tom are happy. Andrew has COVID, I think, so he's not in
I'm
the best of
dying
form
the
here.
last week. My chest, every bone in my body is in bits. Besides that, I'm grand.
It was all lies anyway.
Just to come back on my football management that we kind of ended on the end of the jump season. We won the league in a canter. Hard held. 3 games to spare.
Do you know?
Easy money.
Do you know
We got knocked out in the semi-final 4-3 in extra time. It deflected goal in the last minute. That's breaks my heart.
Yeah, we get to the racing in a minute anyway. But
Huh?
Huh?
Do you get a new contract for next season?
I have to get a new contract for nearly every team wants me now down there. And
New improved terms.
Oh, I'm not doing it next season. I told them it's not good for me. I think some of those kids get scared of me when I start shouting.
You're very red.
Oh,
You're very red.
my blood
like,
pressure
right now,
is going through the roof. I'd say.
Yeah, that's
going
what
through
happens
the roof
when you get old. But you know, it's Father's Day. But you know those fathers that are like too hard on their kids when they're playing sport, right? Noah can't sit in the sitting room anymore watching football, and Andrew goes, "See that, Noah? That's what you're supposed to do. See that, Noah? That's what you're supposed to do."
But what happens?
And Noah's actually quite good at football.
He does it then. He does it.
He's going to say something back to you one of these days.
He says it already. I say it to him. If you're playing on the pitch and I'm saying something to you and you're annoyed by me, you can tell me to fuck off. Shut up.
I'm so going to watch the next match.
Because I used to do it.
Now, Noah.
I used to do it.
Say it now. Oh, brilliant.
But I want to take the credit for his 7 man of the match performances. Not picked by me.
Who picks man of the match?
Not picked by me. Not picked by me, might I add. Because about 4 of them I wouldn't have given to him.
There you go.
Scored a hat trick in each of those games, but he was shit apart from that.
Yeah, he's like Haaland, just stands there and scores goals.
Yeah, well.
Even though he's a midfielder.
He's scored a lot of goals.
Better than his father already.
Yeah, won't be hard. We are going to touch on all the group races at Royal Ascot. We'll run through them, each give a selection. We have 2 best bets each at the end. I wouldn't say Tom is the best bet because he only looked at these maybe an hour ago. He's
not
been
even that.
He's been in the pub since Cotty won.
Pulling in outside at 7:40, 7:15.
Asking for the
lads,
race.
what's the races for tonight?
So look, if you're coming on, if you're coming on expecting Tom to give you a winner, it's probably not going to happen today. But that's okay. Tom is having a good day today, so we won't drag him down. Now, we've been away for a while. We took a little break.
Great.
And the flat season has been okay, but there's been some absolutely outrageous things being said. And not enough people have highlighted these things. And the main one is the clown himself, Johnny Ward.
What a fucking...
Yes, Tom, I said Johnny Ward is a clown. It's okay. I'm allowed to say it because I just said it.
You said Deneen and it came out Ward. I'm not.
we go to Twitter in a minute.
Oh,
Johnny Ward.
We're back.
In a podcast.
Oh, he's fucking dope.
With Richie and some other fella.
Ooh.
Said Aidan O'Brien was finished.
Yeah, Galileo is dead, so Aidan O'Brien may as well retire.
Rest in peace. Galileo is dead, and the only reason Aidan O'Brien was a good trainer is because Galileo sired all the winners he had, and he can't train any other horses.
And his son is going to overtake him.
Yeah, Joseph and Donnelly are better. Now, Aidan had 2 winners of classics this year. Paddington is by Sayuni, who, if anybody doesn't know, because you might be following the jumps horses, he's a French stallion.
Say it properly then.
His name is Sayuni. He's not by Galileo, and because he's from foreign parts. Then the other one, August Rodent, he's by Deep Impact, all the way from Japan, no less, which is nowhere near where Galileo's
son.
Yeah. It's a nice place.
It's off over that way.
Yeah, there's sushi over there. I don't like sushi.
No, it's weird. Why would you eat raw fish?
So yeah, like it was the most outrageous thing I ever heard.
Yeah.
And I just
And it was
wanted
just
to
brushed
highlight
over.
it.
It's like Sean when he says this thing has no hope. The Owls just start winning then.
Yeah, it was a bad
no.
time as well because he said it about a week before August Rodan won the Derby, and then everything else started.
They start winning every group race under the sun.
I think in the space of 2 weeks, Aidan O'Brien won a Guineas and a Derby, and it just made it even better.
He's retired though. Gone the game. Gone at the game.
Yeah. He's finished, Tom. He's finished. We'll see. You know what? If he is finished, Tom has a substantial bet on Ryan Moore to be leading jockey at the Royal Ascot Festival. And if Aidan O'Brien is finished, Tom,
You rip it up, Tom.
You may as well rip it up.
I am in trouble. We missed the best bet of the week, to be fair. Even money, Ryan Moore to be top jockey was insane. I think he's got 8 to 13 now. So yeah.
Is that you, Tom?
Partly. Partly, yeah.
I don't know what to do with Tom.
We're proper GSI on Ryan Moore top jockey.
Lovely.
We move on. I kind of figured out, I said it last year, a lot of people don't like the flat. You have to have a bit of love for the pedigree side of things and all that, and I enjoy that. But there's some terrible jockeys on the flat.
Talk into the mic, will you? There you go. That's why I have mine like that. Point to that way and look at you.
Terrible jockeys on the flat.
Oh, absolutely dog shit. Dog shit.
Any come to mind?
Jabber
Havlin.
What?
Jabber Havlin, there's one.
Jabber Havlin. He's fucking terrible. God love him.
Adam Kirby.
Luke Morris. He's like a fuck. He's like he's on the fucking what's the space hoppers when he's riding a horse.
He looks like the Wallsters.
He is. He looks like he's coming off and then going on a horse. What the fuck is going on here?
And how in
Jamie Spencer.
Oh yeah, Spencer's
Spencer's fucking terrible.
I got a text off somebody yesterday saying, "How did Spencer lose that race?" I just texted him back. It's Jamie Spencer.
The only thing Jamie Spencer's good at riding is other people's misses.
Oh, fucking Eamon Dunphy here beside me. Holly Doyle is right, says Martin Lewis.
Following the
is Holly Doyle overrated?
Yes, Holly Doyle is overrated.
Yeah.
Christ almighty.
Tom, it's been like 3 months. We've a lot to get off our chests.
Hold up. Sean, is Kevin Stott overrated?
Oh, don't get me started on that one. Watch him ride fucking 4 winners this week or something.
I hate the flap, but yeah, I missed this.
Ginger Joe, David Maxwell will ride more flat winners than Kirby.
Ginger Joe, shout out to Ginger Joe. My God, the man tips up golfers winning like it's going out of fashion.
Tom, if you want to back on the golf, Ginger Joe.
He's after making a fortune.
Last 6 weeks in a row has got the winner, and he has, at the
700
moment,
points in profit or something like that, isn't it?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
At the moment, the first and the fifth each way, and I think they were over 100 to 1, these lads.
No way.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah, well done.
How's Rory getting on in golf?
A shot behind.
He's second.
He's probably triple bogey the first bus, so it doesn't matter.
Oh no, he pissed away now. Once he's that close.
He's dead on the final day.
You'd be worried if it was anyone else bar Ricky Fowler.
Generally Rory, if he's in with a chance, he'll give it a good go. But I can't understand as well. They cannot get a race off on time on the flat.
What was I watching yesterday?
Nuts in.
I don't know what it was, and they say the race was at 2:35. They're only leaving the parade ring at 2:35.
And I some of the groups that were in, I text this in, and they're inexperienced 2-year-olds. It goes from inexperienced 2-year-olds to 3-year-olds to 5-year-olds to all-weather racing. They cannot get a race off on time. It's incredible. Lastly, Twitter. Every fucking knobhead on Twitter thinks he's a tipper now.
Watch
it does my fucking brains in.
There we go.
It does my brains in.
There we go.
Tom has his own issues with Twitter. I'm sure anybody that follows the show is on Twitter and seen the madness between Simon Times and Johnny Deneen yesterday.
Simon Times, I like that. Well,
your man Roland is an arrogant prick. Johnny Deneen came across as just silly.
Really?
I'm sorry. What was that?
I said Simon Rollins was an arrogant prick.
Repeat that bit, please.
Why?
I like money, and I don't want to be bought into this law case, so I'm okay.
I think you're all right, Tom. I'll tell it to him his face if he's at a. Oh, someone wants me to go to Sandown.
Jesus Christ, throwing shit out of me there.
I'm not going. It's too expensive.
It's a nice course, though.
You were there, right?
I was there. Huh?
Do you know where we are going, Dave?
Ascot?
Cheltenham.
Ascot. When that absolute flying machine runs there, trained by Christopher Head, who, I don't know, there was a rumour going around yesterday that I said I would leave my wife for Christopher Head. I don't know where that started, but could be true.
I have it here.
He's worried about he's worried about some of the stuff I say, and he literally said yesterday, "I'll leave my wife for Christopher Head." But anyway, Tom, you know what? Johnny Deneen.
Well, you're putting it to me.
Oh yeah. Come on now.
I like Johnny. I think he's funny.
Put the text into verbal, please.
I think he's funny. Funny is the exact word. Yeah. Would I agree with his punting styles? No. He'd do things opposite to the way I did them, but yeah, I'm kind of over it now, to be honest. I was initially shocked when he first voiced his opinions, but
you know what he's doing? No, he's doing right here. He's doing this, bottling it.
You bottle it. You're like Arsenal in the league. You bottle it, Tom.
You over that, yet, Sean? What did you feel about that?
No, that hit hard. But listen, what can we do?
Sean was waiting for it. You bottled it, Tom. At least if I get sued, I can say I didn't bottle
I'm
it.
not going to get sued for telling the truth.
I couldn't give a fuck anyway. What's he going to sue me for? Me right
It's on YouTube. You can't get sued on YouTube.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Anyway, you take the Black Panther tattoo off you.
Yeah. Skin me. You want that? On to Royal Ascot.
We have to.
Hey, you're not going to touch on your Philly, Dave.
Oh, I leave that to the
Philly
end.
today. Okay.
You know what? We talk. Tom.
We're not talking about French yaks. Fuck off.
We are.
You know what?
Aeroplane.
Anybody that watches the show and has done,
We not know about this horse because we never talked about it.
No. They won't know about this horse, but they knew how much I love Aidan O'Brien's Philly love. Blue Rose Sen for me is up there with love right now. I also Magical was high up there too. Remember Magical?
You love Magical.
Blue Rose Sen is up there with those two fillies. I fucking love her.
Oh, yaks.
Oh, she was unreal.
Absolutely.
All the time gurus and this thing and that thing, she won't stay, and what's the Jana Rose will beat her and Nova Kai will beat her and Running Lion ran backwards. And she battered them all again.
I think they're still trying to pull her up.
Incredible.
She was unreal today. Now we've backed her all season. I'd say, Dave, haven't we? I'd say we've at the start of the season we nailed the colours to the flag. She could go a long way. I could see her maybe coming over for a matron, possibly at Leopardstown, somewhere like that at the end of the season. She could get Leopardstown's the front runner track. She might get an easy one there, so you might get to see her over there. And Dave will definitely be making the trip up to see her.
I will. Honestly, I remember I was over in Scotland with Kubo last year on Arc Weekend, and I saw her. I think I backed Never Ending Story, and she beat her by about 5 lengths. And I was like, that horse had to make me horny. Genuinely.
Any filly makes you
this
horny.
thing is a machine, because I think the Aidan O'Brien horse is good, and she was second today. And she got battered again. But there you go. Tom, you love her. You love the trainer.
Yeah, I think he's an absolute genius. Just the way he talks, the way he does things, and the way he trains. Absolute different level of trainer. But yeah, no, she's class, Dave. You put me onto her like way back when, and followed her all season, and she's been electric. And yeah, I think you were saying, did he mention? I didn't see that now. I was too busy celebrating, but too busy celebrating a mayor's handicap hurdle around Dan Patrick to watch any interviews after the Diane. But he was saying about going to Ascot, was he?
He was talking about Big Rock that was beaten by Ace Impact, and he kind of half said that he think he got outstayed. So whoever was interviewing him was saying about the Champion Stakes at Royal Ascot or Ascot later in the season, and he said there's more options than that. There's the QE2 because we're going to the Jack Lamar one next. So looks like he'd be going to Ascot, and maybe there's a possibility that he'll bring Blue Rose Sen to Ireland. The prize money in that weekend in Ireland in Leopardstown is crazy, and there has been a few French horses come over, so it wouldn't be a surprise. Remember
Satsas, yeah.
And Almanzor.
Oh, he won that blue and the
he bet
dark
found
blue spots.
Yep.
Yeah.
Found, yeah.
You were boxing that day.
Huh?
I remember you were boxing
I
that
was,
day. Charity boxing.
I
Got the head fucking
I
thumped
didn't
off
do
you.
well in that, but I backed Almanzor. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Not a fighter.
It was a great night out.
It was not for me.
You had to pay in your head a lot.
Yeah, one good night for me. Anyway, after that, me getting bet up, that's okay.
Good walkout song though.
Yeah, it was.
Great walk. Tom.
Day one, Royal Ascot. I'm going to put Tom right in the fire line here because God only knows the race he looked at. But we're going to the Queen Anne.
That's going to be fun.
I'm so up on this, I don't even need my phone. I know Modern Games is favourite. Inspiral is right there behind them. And then you have the likes of Chindit, and I actually don't know the other horses because I only looked at 3, and that's all that matters.
Tom, just in case you were lost, that's the 2 mile bumper first race at Ascot.
Which one's really got in this? What price?
It's a 1 mile bumper, Tom.
It's the first race on Tuesday for older horses over a mile. Kick us off, Tom.
What's Paddy Mullins riding?
Right, we're going straight in here, no kissing, lads, and we're going with a 33 to 1. 33 to 1 selection. Bang! Straight off the bat. Berkshire Shadow for me. I'm going to take a chance on him. Ascot form. Oh, there you go. Ascot form is very good. Won the Coventry here. I'm not sure why they call it the Coventry because it's run at Ascot, but for some reason.
He's in flying form with the drink in him.
And was then only beaten a length from 3/4 last year in St James's Palace, which was a good race. And I think, won its first 2 starts. Wasn't beaten far by Modern Games at Newbury. I just feel 33 to 1 is overpriced. And as we all know in this game, long term, it's all about value. It's all about the price.
Johnny Deneen. Sean.
I think Modern Games deserves to be favourite in here. He's the standard setter. I think you're guaranteed him to run his race. Inspiral, the journey's out on her for me. I didn't like what I seen at Ascot last year. She stood in the stalls and she just, I don't know whether it's a flat run at the end of the season or not, but I wouldn't be taking a short price on her. And I've come down on Native Trail. I feel like he's been a little bit forgotten about at a price of 7 to 1. He came back at Newmarket this year behind Mutasabek, and he just looked to take the run. But Key, he's got a wind up. It's the second run back after a wind up, and I like that approach. He just looked a little outpaced, and he stood on at Newmarket. But last year, he showed good form. He won his guineas. He was third in the Eclipse, just a half a length behind Vedini. I think if he can bounce back, the wind up does the job. I think he could run a massive race. And at 7 to 1, I think he's been a little bit overlooked in here.
Andrew.
Modern Games to me is the most likeliest winner. He's 2 from 3 in the going, which is going to be rattling quick. 5 to 8, 5 from 8 over the trip. Okay, he's mopping up Group 1s in America and all that jazz. And Preivew, she can go do one. She's absolute fucking little yak. Your best friend, to be honest. Oh wait, let's cheer for Frankie just to know you. No.
Can if you want.
But yeah, I think he's going to take a lot of beating in this. Okay, his form last year, if he runs up to his length 3/4 behind Bowie last year, he'll win this. But again, I agree with Tom with Berkshire Shadow. I think he's a massive price. He's 1 from 2 at Ascot. Good race last year. I think 33 to 1 is a very tempting price if you want an each way and you haven't a clue what's going on with a 1 mile bumper. But yeah, Modern Games to win. Berkshire Shadow each way.
I think Modern Games is the most likely winner. Inspiral throws in too many odd races to be back in.
Her best form is Prospective Voyage or Prosperous, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Prospective Voyage.
Yeah, that's her best form. That's nothing spectacular.
Look, I have the betting open here. She's gone favourite now. I would side with Modern Games against her. He's 2 to 1. He'd be the win bet. He actually goes out and does it on the track. I know what Sean is saying about Native Trail, but I thought it was poor the last day.
I think this could be ran out of health. That's got that gallop. I think it'll help if you're on one that stays because you'd like them Mutasabek, Shinda, and Pogo. I think it'd be pretty much like the Lock-ins. You could get a strongly run race, and they could be a couple of lengths behind off the pace and pick them up.
It's hard to make up ground when
the each way one for me. He
they're going that fast.
Rarely wins a big one, but mops up listed Group 3, Group 2. His good Ascot form is Chindit. He was 4th in it last year, 5th the year before as a 3-year-old in St James's Palace against good horses. He's behind Boyd last year, behind Poetic Flair and the likes of those the year before. I might back him to be second. So in the betting without maybe the top 2 in Spiral and Modern Games, or just go straight up to back him to place or to be second. Everyone okay? Any other ones?
I'll be okay when we're done.
Fair enough. We're on to the Coventry, the one that Tom wants to know why it's called a Coventry because it's ran at Ascot.
Very deceiving.
2-year-old, 6 furlong, Aiden, who's finished, has the favourite here, River Tiber. A Sadna, this is what the big deal on Twitter was about yesterday, these two horses, because the Sadna put up a good time at Ripon, but the other side is people, the eye test, as Andrew would say, for River Tiber. I think River Tiber will win this. I won't spend much time on it, but you've given me the Beat Boys, Fandom, the American Yak, Army Ethos, Bucano Forte, and then 20-1 Bar. I think River Tiber will win. He looks the real deal for Aiden by a nice sire, Wootton Bassett. I know Tom likes Wootton Bassett as horses as well, so I'm going to go with him. Andrew.
Yeah, look, River Tiber is the most likeliest winner. Like these 2-year-old races, if you look at the betting, River Tiber has won 2. Asad has won first time up. Give me the Beat Boys 1-2. They're all. How much improvement is one going to show? It's not a race where you'd want to get absolutely GSI'd into. I'm going to try Bucarno. Was it?
Bucano Forte.
Yeah, I watched his race back yesterday at the Cora. He done it very well. It was on soft to heavy ground. It's totally different ground this time, but he's at a massive price, 16-1. The second is won since, the fifth is won since, and the ninth is won since. Yeah, and a race of this nature, I wouldn't lay River Tiber for the life of me because he probably will bolt up a massive price where you don't know how much improvement's going to come from half of him. I think Adrian Keatley's horse will run a massive race. On what basis? I don't know. I just hope he improves a bit.
2-year-olds, that's the way it goes. Yeah. Tom.
Did you say Adrian Keatley?
Adrian Murray. Why do I say Keatley? I'm sick, Tom. Leave me alone. I'm sick.
I was told, I was well informed in our group chat with the four of us that Asander wasn't running, so I just put a line through that one. But
it's okay, Tom. It won't make a difference if he runs anyway.
Where did he put up a good time?
Ripping.
Ripping. That says enough. Who the fuck runs faster around Ripping? Whoopie.
Well, I went for the trainer who's got who's won this a record 9 times according to Betfair. And yeah, River Tiber for me. Look, they're 2-year-olds, so God only knows. But I thought he was impressive on both his starts. Ryan Moore will get on the board here, and this will kickstart the great week for the great man.
Very good. He must not be finished. Sean, River Tiber.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm a River Tiber team as well. I think Asadna will be cut out for inexperience. I think that rip and run, he done plenty wrong, and if he gets caught for toe like that and this Ascot race, I can't see him catching back up. I think the key thing is Aiden has sort of changed the way he's gone to Ascot with 2-year-olds now, and he's given River Tiber that second run. He kept him at 5 furlongs, and he made him get into a race. I think he would have learned a lot that day. He was asked questions by Ryan Moore, and he was no more impressive than when he was going through the line. And boy, wasn't Bassett. He'll definitely stay the trip. I think he'd be really hard to beat in this race, and it'll be all over him.
Yeah, strange as well because he's not by Galileo, he's by Wootton Bassett. But there you go. And I agree with Sean. I think Blackbeard was probably the best horse in the race last year and just got cut out for inexperience. But then again, he's a bit mad. Remember, he used to jump up and down.
Used to do a little.
Used to do it. Remember him, Tom? Did a little dancing.
Yeah, odd horse.
Yeah.
We
are on to the King Stand Stakes, Group 1, 5 furlongs. Highfield Princess is favourite 5-2. She was unbelievable last year. Legend. 3 Group 1s. Cool Nagata, Australian horse 7-2. Mannequin 5-1. Dramatise 7-1. Cannonball, I think he's an American horse, 12-1, and then 18-1 Bar. Sean.
I actually like Highfield Princess. She's a good horse, good story, but I'm gonna take her on, and it's gonna be with the Aussie rider, Cool Nagata. She's trying to replicate what Nature Strip done last year, and if you remember, he had this race wrapped up for about 2 furlongs to go, and she beat him on her last start by 2.5 lengths. Now he might have ran a little bit below form, but I don't think he's completely done. So I took that form on merit. She is coming over from Australia, and it is their winter time. Sometimes they don't turn out the best. I'd be interested to see her beforehand, but supposedly she's done a bit of work the other day, and they were happy, so they've come over, and I'd be all over. I think it's a possibility that she could win this by a couple of lengths if she is going to win.
You know, yeah. Did a bit of work the other day, and they were really pleased with them. It's also called Desert Crown. I thought
you were going to say Wesley Ward, Tom.
Desert Crown is gonzo. Yeah, look, Sean touched on Highfield Princess, and there's a lot of favourites on day one I actually think will go well, and I don't think I backed her at all last year, but I can't see her getting bet in this, to be honest.
Yes, David.
She's beaten over 6 furlongs, first race of the season by a filly I really like, Azure Blue. I think she'll win the July Cup. And I never saw her as a 5 furlong horse. Said to Andrew a couple of times, because I know he liked her last year. It's like, she surely can't have the speed for 5 furlongs. She bolted up at York, and then she did. I said the same in the Curragh. She bolted up at the Curragh. I think the Australian horse will literally just set this up for her. She'll kick on then half furlong to go win by a length or two. I actually think she's a really good bet.
Yeah, I agree. She's a phenomenal mare from where she started off getting beat off 70 in a handicap around Chelmsford to winning 3 Group 1s last year. Look, she's been the story horse last year. I liked her for the last 2 years, and I never thought she'd do this, but she's, as you said, she stays 6 furlongs really well, but yes, she has the pace for 5 furlongs, and which is never a bad thing at Ascot because of the way they finish. I genuinely think this is a very, very poor Grade 1.
I think it's Group Grade 1 as well. And I know people are touching on dramatised and that in the comments, and I can understand it. But the last day at Haydock,
everything won up that rail.
I think Little Big Bear later in the week, we'll talk about it, has a chance, but I'll be going against him. Everything up that rail won the day, and even Sean, myself were texting about it. It swapped over to the other side, and last weekend, Thursday and Friday, when Haydock was on, it was back on that side rail again, which is very strange, whatever they're doing with the water.
And another gem that I came out with, I told the lads a warning, just be careful at Haydock, don't be on the stand side. Or you need to be on the stand side. And then, of course, opposite side of the track, the advantage is crazy.
6 days later, Sean, it was changed back again. You were right. But this time of year, myself and Sean talk about the flat a little bit more than the lads, but Sean knows that I would never back a 3-year-old sprinter at this time of year against the older horses. Wait till July, when the July Cup is on Newmarket and it starts changing around. So I'd be against any of the 3-year-olds.
Like this Cool Nagata, it's not on the same stratosphere of, what's the name for
Nature's
Trail last year. It's not in the same stratosphere.
It
has some nonsense mid-February either. It's
I'm gonna
she beat him last time out.
I'm gonna clip that and play it back after this bolts up on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think she'd be sitting right up there with Highfield Princess.
Highfield Princess win this. Let's just cut to the chase. Highfield Princess win this. She stays further than this. If they go off like the clapper, she'd be still going.
Tom, you going with the Aussie act?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna take on Highfield Princess. I just feel I agree with you that I think this is fairly weak, and I think they're all kind of much of a muchness outside the first few in the market. Highfield Princess, look, she went and improved. She improved massively in the 2021 season, and then she improved again last year. In fairness, so she did, right. I just don't know. She's a 6-year-old mare. Do you think she's going to go and improve again? I'm not sure. I
think sprinters, the older they get, the better they get, because they're getting stronger and stronger. If you compare this to if they were national hunt horses, I don't see what's the difference. In fact, they surely keep improving with age.
You're right, sprinters, and that's why. Again, if you're into the flat, you'll see sprinters that are modest level handicappers or class 1, class 2 handicappers start as they get older, 5-6-year-olds, they end up running in graded race, group race, because as they get stronger, they obviously get faster. So I agree with you totally. And I understand where Tom is saying it's a weak race and you think it's a weak race for Highfield Princess. I think being beaten only half a length odd by Azure Blue, I'm telling you, she's the real deal.
Yeah, I don't know. You go through. She won 3 Group 1s last season, but in my opinion, I think she beat Trees in the 3 of those. Like I can't even say the name of the one that she beat in the Curragh. So, you know, at this 9-4-5-2, I'm happy to take her on. And yeah, I think I'll take a chance on Cool and Gas.
Listen, Tom, the Aussie Rider's going to do it on the steel.
Yeah, look, the Aussies have a good record at Royal Ascot. Dave, is this the race that the 3-year-olds have a good record?
Yes, they have a terrible record.
Oh, they were winding up he was doing on you the other day.
The horse she bet at the Curragh, Tom, is Eros and Psyche. That's his name.
Yeah, that good. So I think we should fill people in. Somebody put on Twitter the other day about 3-year-olds having a good record in a race.
It was the same fella. That's just, I swear he's doing it to annoy me. The bookie's full. He was putting up bollocks all through the winter going towards Cheltenham. He's putting up about fucking, what's his name, Nube Useless winning and champion chases and all this thing.
Nube Negra, yeah.
Oh, lads above.
The guy is in this chat. Hello, the bookie's phone. You gave us fantastic entertainment today.
Swear to God.
I decided to wind Dave up, and I was like, to be fair, he's got a point, and I just started making up random stuff. Didn't even know what the
he was texting me while he was texting him. He said, "Watch this."
And the worst thing is, I wrote back to him, and I politely said,
"No, you didn't."
I did. I politely said, "Explain." And then he wrote back saying, "Oh yeah, they actually don't have a good record, but they might this year." I was like, "What? No." And someone asked in the comments, "Did a 3-year-old ever win it?" I'm sure they did. Twilight Gleaming or Twilight whatever. No, Lady Aurelia, one of them American yaks, won it a few years ago with Frankie on. I think.
She was fast.
She's the only one. She's the only one in the last 15 odd years. Anyway. The next one, 3-year-olds, Group 1 over a mile. The Guineas winners, Chaldean is 9-4, Paddington 9-4, Cicero's Gift 5-1, Mustabshire 9-1, Isaac Shelby 10-1, and 14-1 Bar. Sean, you can have this first.
Yeah. The top of the market, Chaldean has won the Guineas. I want to take him on. I don't know. I just haven't taken to him. He's unbeaten other than the one seat at the start of the season, but I thought I just want to take him on. I think it's sharp around the bend at Ascot. I don't know whether this is going to be up a street. Your favourite horse you're going to put up in a few minutes, Cicero's Gift, I think is a bit short. 4-1, I wanted a bit bigger. If he drifted out to 8-1 on the day, I would probably back him, but I'm going to go with the Paddington. I think he's a typical Aidan O'Brien who's just progressed as a 3-year-old, isn't he? He's gone from a mark of 97 up to 116 and has won 3 races this season, finishing off with the Guineas at the Curragh the last day. I think he won that a lot better than where I looked as well. I watched back the replay and Ryan Moore only gave him 2 cracks at the whip and he went to the line very strong. If he moves on again and progresses, I think he's going to give Chaldean a big problem here, and I think he'll run a big race.
Yeah, Sean touched on Cicero's Gift. I have liked this horse for this race since he won at Goodwood. I liked him the first day. I think it was on the all-weather or his second start. He beat a horse that's running a handicap later in the week, Docklands, and he gave him a right bashing and then did the same at Goodwood. He's by Muhar, so he'd probably prefer a little bit softer ground, but the going is up as good now with rain on the way. I think he'll drift as well, Sean. He won't be back like the front two. I think he'll get about 6-1 on the day. So I'll stick with him. I think he's a really, really good horse. And a few people have touched on Mustabshire. There's 4 really good horses in this race. I don't think Isaac Shelby is up to the level of the other 4. Chaldean I like, but I don't think he's a miler, to be honest. Even though he won the Guineas, it was terrible ground and just a weird race. Like Paddington, Mustabshire, really good performance the last day at York. Can't crab it, but the third was running yesterday and ran stink. So that kind of put a bit of a dent in that. So Cicero's gift for me.
Watch,
And
bet you that Royal Scotsman. I was all over him for the Irish Guineas. Watch him bounce back. Yeah, he ran a stinker the last day.
He'll pop up somewhere now.
Yeah, I know he's gonna bolt up.
I really like Paddington here. We were up at the Curragh when he won the Guineas. He was slow away, travelled extremely well throughout it, and put the race to bed in a matter of strides. As Sean said, look, he's a typical Aidan horse that is progressing with racing. And I think we haven't seen the ceiling of him yet. Chaldine, look, he's very, very good horse. There's no crabbing whatsoever. That was one of the weirdest Guineas that was ever run in the history of the Guineas. It was, but he will be hard to beat. But I think Paddington is a horse that is just coming nicely under the radar, and people will probably go against him with Chaldine coming into it. But I think he'll take a lot of beating. He's massively impressive at the car, and I think Aidan will eke a bit more out of him. I think he'd be hard to beat.
Tom, who are you going for?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Paddington. I'm keen to take on Chaldine. Nothing really against him. I thought he was much best in the Guineas, but the Guineas forms look shite. I think I'm right in saying that there hasn't even been a winner come out of it on any of their next starts. So if that's the case,
Just a
Little
derby
Big
winner.
Mare and August Rodent.
Just the Derby winner and a Group 1 sprinter.
yeah,
Not so good, Tom.
two horses that clearly didn't
Last
run
and
their
second last. The rest of them are shit.
Yeah,
They were basically
last
good
and
luck.
second last. Go through the rest of them that actually.
I know, the rest of them are terrible.
Yeah, go through the rest of them that actually ran their races, and I don't think any of them won a race. So, including like running enlisted races and stuff like that. So, I'll take that as fairly shite. And Paddington, I've been really impressed with him. Like, you started off winning an ace handicap off 97. He won that by a length for 3/4. He won a listed race at the Curragh by a length and a half, and then he goes on and wins a Curragh Group 1, the 2,000 guineas even, by 2 lengths. So I think he's got that awkward head carriage. I think he's still learning on the job. I think he's still improving. I don't think he's done with. I think this is one the market could really get stuck into. I think 9-4, I could see him going off something like 6-4 if there's strong confidence behind him. I really think he could get smashed up, and he's got a great name. I remember when the Queen did that skit with Paddington Bear, with the jam sandwiches thing. I really enjoyed that. So I'm just a supporter of Paddington, really.
That was the most randomest thing
Yeah, it was a
ever.
bit of weird stuff. Yeah, I could see him going off.
Yeah, I can
I
see
think
him being
it was-
short. Like I read Jordan the week that Ryan Moore said that he's the most he's looking forward to him the most this week. But you need to be a bit sharper away. He fell out of stalls and team tactics. He was softly allowed back onto the lead. If there's another horse that wasn't an Aidan O'Brien horse, he would have been mullered. So hopefully he's a bit quicker out of gates this time.
Yeah, it's a very good race. I could see him going off favourite though, especially if River Tiber does the business. The money will load on for the next day and one. That's the end of day one. We go straight on to day two. We'll do a handicap pick or two at the end. But
I think we're all football.
we all
Next.
from day one, all four of us are in agreement that Vauban will win. I think it's obvious. He's 7-4. I think the rest of the field's 8-1 because Vauban's going to win. But yeah, Vauban should do the business.
Ryan Moore better have this Jockeys Championship tied up by the end of day one. If he doesn't, I'm in trouble.
I can see some Ryan Moore slander going into the chat this week.
Do you know what you do, Tom? If Ryan Moore doesn't have it sewn up, get your Telegram and have a look at Team CJ's betting football.
Oh,
tips,
well played, sir.
and you will get some cash
Well played.
laid out on the football.
That was magnificent.
You can even have an in-play bet, Tom. Maybe fouls and cards. Anything you want is
Right.
there. Okay, day two.
That was magnificent, sir.
I'm good at this.
I'm impressed.
I wish my phone would load. It's not
Next
loading.
race.
The next race is the Duke of Cambridge, but I need the.
Delete Tinder and you'll get a lot of space, I reckon, on your phone.
Oh, stop that, Tom.
Grinder.
Oh, whoa. What's Grinder, Tom?
He's got it all going. Dave's got it all going on.
He won't even answer.
Every base covered.
The Duke of Cambridge Stakes Group 2. We've skipped past Queen Mary. We're only doing the Albany and the Coventry for 2-year-old race, just so people, in case people are asking in the comments.
What bumper is the Queen Mary?
It's a 5 furlong 2-year-old race.
That's a fast bumper.
Do they do many laps or
4. I'll lap you now in a minute if you don't stop.
Good hold up horse now. You need them.
That's what I do. Jumbly 9-4, Laurel 3-1. Sean will put her up, but I think she's a dog. Prosperous Voyage 6-1, Grand Dam 14-1, Honey Girl 16-1, and 16-1 Bar. There's many chances in this. Andrew, any?
I'm taking a punt with Honey Girl, Dave.
No.
The trip might stretch her a tiny bit. But look, she went off favour in the race that
I know she cost me a treble. She was useless.
That's why you don't like it. That Jumbly was second in. Look, it was trained by Henry last season. She was 6 3/4 length 6th in the Group 1 Coronation last year. She won't. She's after winning for Joseph already. What's wrong with the internet here?
Yeah, I told you.
What's wrong with the internet here? Anyway, she's after winning 2 out of 3 for Joseph this season. So, I was going to say something there, but Tommy killed me. I won't. All hail King Henry.
Come on, say it.
Joseph O'Brien might be a better flat trainer than Henry.
I don't know. I don't think you're announcing much new there.
Yeah. But anyway, but the 2 of them are over 7 furlongs. The mile might stretch her a little bit, but it's not really a deep race. So if they ride her for a place, I think she might grab a place at 16-1.
You're glowing, by the way. If I turned off that light, I would have been enough light.
I'm going to drop down now.
I think you're done.
I can't. Things
Sean,
are spinning. I'm telling you now, things are spinning here.
Sean,
I'm going to be on the floor in like 2 minutes.
It's very warm.
I'm against this Jumbly. As I said, I am going to put up Laurel. I definitely think she deserves to be favourite in here. Jumbly hasn't really showed great form since a 2-year-old and won a grade 3 last year. I think Laurel's better than that. Laurel bounced back this season. She came out of Kempton. She won very well and was then stepped up to the Lockins and Open Company for the first time. And she was just a bit too keen. She was up behind Muta Sabek. They just went too quick and she didn't get home. I think Frankie didn't ask her too much when she was beaten. But she's dropped back in against Mears here in a grade 2. She'd be one of my stronger bets of the week now. I think she has a cracking chance back in against her own company. I expect a big run.
I'm steering well clear away from top of the market in this one. Typical fillies race. God only knows what's going to get up out of the side of the bed that they want to on that particular day. And Jane Chapelheim, good trainer. She probably won't have many horses at Royal Ascot, but if there's one running, usually has a chance. International Angel each way 25-1. Holly Doyle might go from the front and maybe don't peg it back, but it's not a strong selection. Tom,
Holly Doyle? I thought you didn't like Holly Doyle.
I just said she's overrated. She's overrated. It is what it is. Like Tom.
So I tipped a horse in last year's Guineas called Amenia, and I've had to wait over a year for it to come back out again. But I'm going to take a wild swing at her. She stayed on all the way to the line that day. They've kept her in training. She's 25-1. It is a bit of a wild swing, but I still think there's lots of talent there. She didn't really handle Newmarket, I didn't think, but it is. I wasn't mad keen on Jumbly, so I kind of looked at elsewhere, and the same with Laurel. Taking a swing on Amenia.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against that, Tom. I think this one, you just have a wild swing and hope for the best. The next one on Wednesday, Prince of Wales Stakes, Group 1, 1 mile, 2 furlongs. The good older horses here. Luxembourg, 2-1, Adayar 9-4, My Prospero 7-2, Bay Bridge 4-1, and then it's 16-1 Bar. I think Luxembourg is going to win. I really like the horse. If the ground deteriorates, I think it's against him. He ran badly in the Arc last year. Don't think he wants soft in the description of the ground. He might get away with it in a lesser race, but if it stays quick, I go with Luxembourg. I like Adayar as well. My Prospero just, to me, flatters to deceive. You think he's going to win, and he just doesn't. So I leave him. And I think Bay Bridge is better later on in the season. Tom?
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, my tip was actually probably going to be My Prospero. I don't know. This is another one. I'm not mad keen on this race. Luxembourg let me down in the Arc, and I've kind of had a thing just against him since then. Clearly needed that comeback run desperately, but was very good against Baybridge. Sure, look, he probably is the most likely winner, I feel, but I don't know if I want to back him at 2-1. It was just I just got stung in the Arc, and I'm not mad to go back in on him. My Prospero. Ran well at Ascot on Champions Day and ran well at Ascot at the Royal meeting last year, only beaten the neck. I see what you mean, Dave, for, like flat as to deceive kind of thing, but I'll take another chance. I'll row in once again that he comes on for his reappearance, and yeah, I'll give him a go.
Andrew, any strong fancy here?
Slight preference between the top two for Adiar. I liked his comeback run when he won at Newmarket the last day, back down to 1 mile 2. He kind of seemed like something back to his Derby form. Travelled strongly, looked the winner miles out, kicked clear and won nicely. If he comes on again from that, I think he'll be very, very hard to beat. But to me, it's literally between the top two, Luxembourg and Adiar, with just slight preference for Adiar.
And Sean?
Yeah, I think this is the highest quality race of the week, I think. It's very competitive. I'm not a strong one. I slightly do come down on the side of Luxembourg. I was deeply impressed. I was out at Leopardstown last year when he won the Champion Stakes. Kind of phenomenal performance that year. The first day he desperately needed, and he was caught behind horse and got no run. But we've seen him off the front. He's versatile. I think it might be a tactical racing here, and I'd be slightly on the side of Luxembourg.
Okay, we will move on to day 3. First one, day 3, is the Ribblesdale Stakes, Group 2 fillies. I'll let Sean go first.
Was this the thing that went very fast that way?
Sean texted me about this horse because her first run, she was backed into 8:15 or something. But she's been supplemented. Al Asifa, very impressive the last day, 4-5. Infinite Cosmos, 11-2. Blue Stocking 7-1, Be Happy 14-1, 16-1 bar. The bookies foe is in the comments, said, Dave, stop spoofing, read my tweet again. I did read your tweet. You said 3-year-olds have a great record. Then you came back and said, actually, no 3-year-old ran in this year. So how can they have a fucking good record? Not spoofing. You're a spoofer. Always talking shit. Sean.
Yeah, this horse is going to make my week now. This is the horse of the week I'm looking forward to, Alasifa. You seen her the first day. I think she's a rocket. I think she's very, very, very good horse. I wouldn't be surprised if she goes all the way to the top this season. I think she's the best 3-year-old that Gosling will have. I think she'll turn out better than the Oaks winner. In time, she has to go and win the races. But it's her first time up to 1.5 miles. That's the only unknown. But the last day at Goodwood, she was phenomenal. She was running ridiculously fast, making it look easy. And she wasn't even pressed out. And she ran the final 3 furlongs quicker than the 2-year-old 5 and 6 furlong sprints on the day. And she wasn't even pushed out. I think she could be a rocket. And I got a bit of stick for going in on the shorty. The last one was Stateman, but I will be GSI'd all over this Alasifa in the Ribblesdale.
I was laughing at the intro video of me running off with my Stateman money. Off we go. And we were right, Sean. We were dead right.
Yeah, bang on the money.
I think Sean's probably right. Alasifa is probably a step above these other mares or fillies in this. But there's such good prices outside of Alasifa, and I think Joseph's horse, Lumiere Rock, is a really good each-way bet. Think she'll make the frame. Maybe the favourite won't turn up on the day or something will happen, and then you have a good chance. She's about 16-1, and she's one of 3 outsiders I'm putting in an each-way treble. She's the first one, Lumiere Rock. Andrew.
That thing that runs really fast that way.
Alasifa. Tom.
That one. That'll win.
Yeah.
As I said, sorry, Tom, what did it pass?
The eye test.
Correct.
Oh, sure she did. You couldn't get better than that.
Alasifa's been crazily impressive, hasn't she? And this race as well, you look down through them. It's not like there's a load of horses in here who had stacks and stacks of experience. The third favourites only had 3 runs. The second favourites only had 3 runs. The third favourites only had 2 runs. So she should be fine. I think she wins, to be honest. She looks like a grade 1 filly, doesn't she? So, really exciting. I think 4 to 5 is a fair price. I might have a bit short than that. So, I think she's got an absolutely outstanding chance.
What's the form standing up there?
Doesn't matter. She ran them 4 longs quicker than a 5 and 6 4 long sprinter. She is gonna dust these.
I'm only asking a question because the people in the comments are asking the question.
Just apply the cash and you win money. As Dave said, give the bookie your money and walk back in 5 minutes and collect the rest of it.
He hates Johnny Deneen, but he copies and pastes.
She's beaten them by so far. It's hard to create the form, but the thing is, it's going to be a completely different race to what's going on in Ascot with loads of runners and loads of outsiders in her way and stuff. So I don't know, but she looks decent enough. The next one Thursday is the Gold Cup Group 1 staying trip, 2 miles, 4 furlongs. Coltrane's favourite, Elderoff, is actually joint favourite. Emily,
Really?
Yeah, Emily Dickinson 7-1, Subjectivist 10-1, Ubir 10-1, Courage Mon Ami 10-1. 12-1 bar, even Echoes and Rain is in there. And you know what? As much as I give out about Echoes and Rain, don't like the horse, she probably has a chance of placing in this, to be honest. She should stay, and she'll probably get a nice casual ride out the back. Maybe she won't pull her head for the whole.
This is a proper race. Proper race, Tom. 2.5 mile bumper.
This is the second one of my each way treble, and it's Subjectivist. I think he's overlooked. I think he should be about probably 5-1. He's injured, came back, he's raced twice. I think he raced in that place, that Ria place. Then a good trial for this in Maidan, which is the same prep as the year he won it, and it was a far, far better race the year he won it. He beat Stradivarius when he had his wang out and was doing all the good things with it.
I think he's doing even better things with it now.
And he battered him that day. He battered Princess Zoe back in the day when she was in top form. I think the whole season is being geared towards Subjectivist getting back here and doing the business. Coltrane, worthy favourite. I think him, Subjectivist, and Echoes and Rain are 3 horses that will definitely stay. I would worry about all the rest. So, I might even do a TriCast.
Dubai.
Sean.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think Coltrane sets the standing. He's guaranteed to run his race. I'm keen to take on a couple. Subjectivist, so I don't think he's half of the horse he was. I'm not too sure they've gotten back from that injury. I took a swing at one here. Courage Mon Ami. He's a 4-year-old gelding for Gosden, and he's on the rise. He's progressing. He's 3 from 3. His latest victory at Goodwood was in a handicap where he took a little while to get going, but he was doing his best work at the end. I think in a wide open race, it wouldn't have shocked me. Like, you have your bear running in here, stepping up to 2.5 miles for a couple of times. I could see a bit of a crazy result in here, and I'm hoping Courage Mon Ami can run a big race.
Andrew, I've tried to convince you of Subjectivist because you were the first man to like this horse, and you just won't come around to him. You're not forgiving this injury, this tendon.
It's very hard to come back from injuries and get back to the same level you were at.
He was Johnston.
I know, he was out.
Remember, he brought back fucking what's his name? Tom Gresham or whatever his name is. Ron Priestley. Ron Priestley. That's what his name was, I think.
I love the horse. Look, he was my banker when he won the Gold Cup 2 years ago. I don't know. Do you know the way you see a horse that has full of enthusiasm and just loves what he's doing? He didn't really look like he wanted to be there.
He did. They were holding him back at Maidan, I'm telling you.
He was.
You mean he didn't run the full merits?
I think Tom is going to tip up Subjectivist. You know that? I really do.
Look, I hope he runs well. I just don't think it's still there, and this will take a lot out of him to win it again.
Go on. So who are you going for?
Emily Dickinson.
Yeah.
She wants every fucking yard of this. She's the laziest horse I've ever seen in my life, and she will love this. Do you know, the horse just love getting beat for the crack. She got beat, 2-4 or something on at Leopardstown. It's just like, I'm going to get beat just to annoy people. She won the start of the season. It's just a horse that's crying out for a trip ever. Tom was the first one to put her up last season.
Yeah, he's probably.
And I think it was the race at would have been Goodwood where she looked like she was just a goner, and then she just stayed on. She stepped up then, I think it was would have been the Cur or something like that, and she absolutely bolted up. I think the 2.5 mile for her is exactly what she wants. Ain't up Ryan's a master getting horses. Sorry. Master getting, I'm going to die. Getting horses ready for this Gold Cup. I think she will absolutely relish everything that is required for this. I think she's a great price. I think 7 to 1's a massive price as well.
I'm glad some of the people in the comments believe in subjectivists like me.
Look, if he wins, I'd be delighted for him.
Yeah, look, I just think he's incredible price for. Someone said, I think Martin said, if he was 50% what he was, he'd win. I think he would. It's a bad race.
He wouldn't.
Tom,
just not get carried away.
Emily Jackinson.
I just can't trust her.
Yeah, fuck her.
No, I put her up. I remember she first caught my eye on her second start when she was unlucky at Leopardstown. She then went
to say something when Andrew was saying she was lazy. I was like, she needs a dig. But you know what the upset now was Animal Rising, lads. Now your man's still in jail. He'd be turned in his grave.
Still in jail, is he? Delighted for
Still in jail.
Fun.
Not allowed out.
Glue yourself.
Let's not get started.
Oh, Tom!
Yeah, come on, let's go. Get it off your chest.
Be careful, you get sued. That'd be 2 of us. There'd be no show.
I'd had a few drinks at Aintree by the time that happened, and yeah, I was ready to unglue their fingers from a few pence. Put it that way. Yeah.
Let's stay on point. That was my fault. I did that. Tom, the Gold Cup.
Imagine they don't want you to own a dog. I mean, fuck off. So
white flags raised and he's off.
Yeah, look, Emily Dickinson. She just disappointed me. She disappointed me at Lingfield in that Oaks trial. I thought we were on to a proper one for the Oaks, and that was really disappointing. So, and as you say, she got beat 2-5 last time. She's very talented. I just couldn't trust her. I think Coltrane. I'm very hard to try and get Coltrane beat here. He's definitely going to be in the free, isn't he? He's missed the Ultra.
Yeah, he's going to run the race.
Yeah, he ran really, really well, really well last year. And yeah, I mean, yeah, he bolted up. To be fair, didn't bolt up. He won for a length of 98. He went on and improved. Then he won his Group 2, won his listed race, won his Group 3. Then on his reappearance, I think he's primed for this. I think he's improving all the time. I think he's going to be very hard to beat, to be honest.
Fair enough. Day 4, we've 5 races left, and if you're getting bored, you can always just pop on over to CJ's betting football tips and win some cash.
Link is in the description.
Link is in the description. The bio, I was going to say Instagram here. Andrew's gone nuts there. We've 3 from Friday. The first one is the second 2-year-old race we're touching on. The Albany. 6 furlong, Group 3 for the fillies. Carlos Way is favourite 7-2. Soprano 9-2. Jabara 5-1. Beautiful Diamond 7-1. Navassa Island 7-1 and 8-1 Bar. Tom, I've no strong feeling in this. How about you?
Well, neither do I on the horses running in the race day. But I'll tell you one thing now. When we start the jump season previews again, and people start giving out about adding races into the Cheltenham Festival, having 3 novice chases over different distances, having mares chases, having mares hurdles, and it dilutes the racing, and you don't know what horses are going there. How many fucking 2-year-old races are there at Royal Ascot? Just have a race, see which is the best 2-year-old. This is mental. There's way too many 2-year-old races at Royal Ascot, and people give out about the jumps. It's bonkers.
See, Tom, no one cares. No one actually watches it to care. So
no one gives a shit about the fact.
Me and Tom are going for pearls and rubies each way. Aidan, he's finished, but that's not a bad horse. Sean.
Oh, joined you. Just back this horse before we came on. We spotted you spotted a little thing today that Matrika, who was up on the top of the betting, wasn't jocked up by Roy Moore, and Roy Moore was jocked up on pearls and rubies. And she's still 12-1. You can still get her now. I think when that comes to state, I don't know if Matrika's not going to run or not, but she'd be half of the price, I imagine. And they'd have Ryan Moore on board. But back to her form, the first day, she came out of the stalls a little bit slow, but she got the hang of the game late. And she came up to Nevin Hill and was impressive on the line. She beat Michael O'Callaghan horse, who was toured to River Toiber on the listed race that day. And I don't think he's too bad. I think he might turn out to be a half-decent horse. The step up and trip on breeding, she's not really supposed to be doing what she's doing at the moment. But up to 6 furlongs, I think she's a good bet at 12 to 1 now. Pearls and Rubies.
Yeah, Andrew might weigh in with us here. He might not, but hopefully he will. And I know I chose for Tom, but I guarantee you, when Tom looks at the breeding for this horse, he'll actually think, "Oh, fair enough. She's by her mother was in the same colours for Aiden, Diamonds and Rubies. I think she was second in an Oaks or thereabouts. She's by No Nay Never, so she's got a lot of speed and beat the Colts the first day." Andrew,
yeah, what you said there, right trainer, right jockey, right dam, right sire.
Okay, we're on Pearls and Rubies.
Pearls and Ruby.
On
Why
Friday.
he said what?
And
I think she's a great price.
We might win money and then have some drinks.
This will be the one that'll sew up the Jockeys Championship, Tom.
Yes, Tom.
The colours for Porta Futura, they're quite pretty, aren't they? They got a little love heart on the back with P2.
Wow.
Let's have a look.
We're on to the.
I want to have a look. What's the name of the horse?
Porta Fortuna. We're on to the Commonwealth Cup. Little Big.
Oh, they are nice, Tom.
They're lovely. They're
it's pity of dickheads writing them.
Little Big Bear is 13th day favourite. Sakir 7-2. Shaquille 10-1. Lazoo 10-1. Noble Style 12-1. Ocean Quest 14-1. 20-1 bar. Lots of decent horses entered in this. Always a good race. Good watch. Sean, you're going to go for Little Big Bear.
Yeah, another good bet for the week for me. Yeah, it's Little Big Bear. He was poor in the Guineas. He's going up to a mile. I didn't think it was going to be his forte. He got struck into, but he came back at Haydock. And sometimes these can take a race to come back into sprinting. And I didn't back him that day because I was all eyes for this race. But he bounced back no problem. He toyed with them inside the last furlong. He didn't get any serious questions. He bounced straight back. And I think he'd take a hell of a beating. You've Sakir in here. I never really liked him. Shaquille, bit of a fruitcake. I think he could lose his head before this race even starts. And maybe down to the zoo, she could be a bigger price, but Little Big Bear is going to be one of my better bets of the weekend here.
Andrew?
Yeah, Little Big Bear is a big boy and he runs really fast. We saw him get beat on debut up in the Curragh last year. We seen him in the parade ring. He's fucking massive. Everything went wrong. Everything that could went wrong in the Guineas. He dropped back down to 6 furlongs. I know he was on the Golden Highway when he won, but geez, he looked the winner 3 furlongs out. I think he'll win. I think he'll win well, and I wouldn't rule out a big run from the Antarctic. Very underrated horse who could run a massive race at a big price.
I hope you didn't back him. I think he's going to Jersey. I read that yesterday. So.
I didn't even look at these races until yesterday. I don't mind back at.
Why is he going to Jersey? I thought that was just jumps racing they had in Jersey.
That's just where all the English go for.
Just means, Tom, we'll be watching him on Saturday. The Jersey is on Saturday, 7 furlongs. He'd probably have a good chance. I respect Little Big Bear. He's hammered.
He's on about Jersey jumping racing.
I know, yeah.
Where Neil Van Holland sells all his horses.
I respect Little Big Bear. I actually quite like Little Big Bear. I think he'd run well. But again, the race that day at Haydock, it's just so odd up that rail. I questioned the form a little bit. And beaten could have been a ring. Who's the decent horse at his level, but that's all he is. I've been strong on Shaquille for months, and I'm not going to side against him now. He's my third one for my outsider each way. Really decent form. One bad run. It was the second run. They bumped him straight up to a Group 3. He's won 4 in a row since. Julie Camacho is a good trainer. Does good with kind of, I suppose, not top level horses. He's by Charm Spirit, which is not probably the best sire in the world, but he reeks a really, really, really top level sprinter, and I will be surprised if he doesn't win, to be honest.
We have a match bet on this, don't we?
We do.
What's the match bet?
Tom, some value here for you. I have Little Big Bear and he has Shaquille.
No, I have the field.
Even better, take the field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have the feel, but I think Shaquille is he's my best bet in the whole meeting.
Of the
Tom.
meeting.
The value
Not the
pendulum
meeting.
just swung
Jesus,
there, Sean.
would you be concerned that he's a bit of a head case? No, and losing before the start.
Sure. Look,
He didn't go into the stalls at
they're all
Newcastle.
different head cases.
Yeah, true.
Tom.
Sorry, I just read a comment. I just don't understand sometimes. Anyway, I just don't know. Look, all joking aside, Little Big Bear, mighty impressive last day. I'm happy to put a line through the Guineas run. I think he's just about the right price. There is that inkling of doubt of, was that too good to be true at Haydock? And for me, that puts me off backing him at this price. If he was in Dream World, if he was like 3-1, I'd take a chance. But at that price,
are you going to listen to me one time and go with Shaquille?
Oh, Tom, don't jump off, Tom. He has exceptional 2-year-old form. It's all in the book. He just had one bad Guineas run. He bounced back.
Come on, Tom.
Yeah, look, if you do go on just that 2-year-old form, it is exceptional, and he's way above. But I don't know. It's one of these that I don't want to take him on because I'd feel a bit silly if I did, because he could go out and bolt up. However, I'm not going to back him at the price, so I'm well on the fence here. I'm going to watch it. I think he's the most likely winner, obviously. But at that price, I think the market's just about right. So will
you put €5 on Shaquille just for me on the nose?
No, that's a waste of €5, Tom.
That's like a pint and a half down the pub.
Well, you know what, Tom? Fuck off. Saturday, last 2 races.
Oh, fantastic. No.
Oh, lads.
Oh, sorry, Coronation Stakes. Group 1. No one. Group 1, 3-year-olds, the mile. It's a rematch from the Guineas. The Hera.
Why is this not run in Manchester?
Queen, I don't know. Birmingham. Queen for You, Meditate, Sounds of Heaven. Some really good fillies in here. Tahira will win. That's as about much as I have to say on it.
Yeah, she probably win, but I think Marge is massive price.
Wrong.
And it's a Tom bet. It's an each way bet. Not 10-3, 7-2.
Apparently she didn't work well the other day. Tom, you're going for Marge each way, yeah?
I'm not. This is probably another one I'm going to sit out because of the price. When Tahira got beaten the Guineas, I said Marge will never beat her again, and I'd stand by that. I just was surprised when I looked at this at about 10 to 8. I was surprised at the gap in the prices. I think 4 to 5 versus 130. I don't know if she worked bad. I wouldn't have a clue. But if they turned up at those prices on the day, I don't know. If there were 8 runners, you'd be back in Marge each way, wouldn't you? But I think Tahira beat her. But
Marge does love a battle.
I don't want to play him at that much of a price discrepancy. So I'll sit this one out as well, I think.
Is the Hera sister to Tarnawa?
Tarnawa.
Love that.
Sean.
Who beat her in the arc? Some yak.
Torquato Tasso.
What a fucking dickhead he was. He ruined my arc weekend.
Sean.
Yeah, one man to the Hera side here. I think she'll turn the form. Marge had 2 runs in the boy before going to the Guineas. She straight fitter. And you seem to hear her back the last day. I think a sharp Ascot, quick mile around here will suit her. And she'll probably come on the steal and win by a length or 2.
Chris Hayes basically blamed himself for her getting bet in Newmarket as well.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, but at least he admitted it.
Fair enough.
Saturday. 2 races on Saturday, then we'll give a handicap pick. We all picked Fabon already and some best bets. And then Tom can have a Pimlico corner. The Hardwick Stakes. Older horses, 1 mile 4, Group 2. Hookham is favourite, 7-4. Free Win, 3-1. Deauville Legend, 6-1. Pile Driver, 7-1. Adiar's in here, won't run. Changing in the Guard, Westover, so on and so forth. Sean?
Yeah, I'm not too sure if Hookham's going to run here. They said they'd want a bit of rain to see him come, so the market might open up a little bit. Pole Driver's in there. He's not a bad horse, but it'll be his 4th run back. But I have a soft spot for this Free Win. I think she's a really good filly. She came back the last day after being off the track for a year, and she's better than the winning margin. They walked around that day and she sprinted and she beat the horse Cosley. I think a step up to a 1.5 there will suit, and I think she could go far. She could go a long way this season, so I think she'll run a big race.
Tom.
If Hookham runs, I'd be with him. I think he gets massively underestimated. I felt Desert Crown ran his race at Sandown, and Stout had come out and said that he, it wouldn't be for fitness that he got beat. And I think Hookham, he did not get the run of the race that day. He was very, very impressive in that to me. If he turns up here, I'd definitely be siding with him. I think Free Wind, yeah, she's been impressive. I've nothing against her, to be honest. I just think Hookham is going to be one of these horses that people are still underestimating. So,
yeah, I don't.
I'll take on. You're going to be Pile Driver, Dave. I'll take him on all day long. Any match bet you want.
If Pile Driver is after having a recent run, I go for Pile Driver, but I'd side with Hookham at the moment. I'd side with Hookham. I think he's underestimated as well. I think he beat Desert Crown fair and square the last day. I thought it was a good race. He's getting better as he gets older. Andrew?
Duval Legends is one I liked all last season. I'd be interested to see if he actually does run in this. He was... Sorry, I'm going to cough again. Last season, finishing fourth in the Melbourne Cup where he went off near top of the markers. He beat... Favorite. Was he?
Yeah, was it?
He beat a horse I really liked last season, or he's behind a horse I really liked last season at New London. He's a horse that strikes me that loves this trip, and if he goes there and he's fresh and well, I think he'll be in the places minimum 6-1. I agree with Tom. I think Hookham, if Hookham turns up, he'll be very hard to beat. But Duval Legend at each way price will do for me.
Okay, Sean, have you a handicap pick? We've all sided with Vauban, but have you one more?
Did you not leave out the last one? We're not doing a sprint.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting tired now. My apologies.
You're turning into me, forgetting things.
Last one is the... Where is it?
340, I want to say.
340, Dave. There's going to be a story here, and it's the final day of Royal Ascot, the final Royal Ascot day of Lanfranco Dettori's career. Group 1, Destiny Awaits. Kinross, Rafe Beckett. Some people call him Ralph. His name's Rafe. Frankie Dettori, 6 furlong, Queen Elizabeth II, Jubilee Stakes, Group 1. Frankie bow out in style, Dave crying into a pint. That's what we all want to see.
And then we look up and we're after realising that Rohan is after doing him on the line.
Wow. Well, Tom's going for Kinross anyway. I sided with Sacred. I sided with her in it last year and she let me down. But she's had a prep run and she was very good. I think it was on the all-weather. But yeah, Sacred, it wouldn't be a strong opinion. This is another hard race to pick the winner. Andrew?
I love Rohan at Ascot.
Fuck him.
Fuck you. He 3 for 5 at Ascot, 2 from 2 at the Royal Meeting. Done as a solid last 2 seasons. Nice comeback run. Got beat 8 lengths, got beat 18 lengths the year before, so don't be worried about that. His group form is not great, to be honest, but he's a 16-1 price, and he loves the track. He loves the course. Track and course, same thing, and distance, I mean. 16-1, Rohan. I'll have a bit of that. Thank you very much.
Sean, selection, and you can keep going then and give us your handicap pick.
Yeah, the selection is Wellington. Another foreign rider in the sprint I'm going to go with. He's been running behind one of the best sprinters in the world in Hong Kong named Lucky Swenesi. I think the name is. Give that a go. But I just want to take on the English. They look weak in here, to be honest with you. I think the two riders between a Taurus and this Wellington, I think they're definitely the two to beat for me. Ryan Moore's being booked for a while for this lad, and I think he could be a lot short on the day. He's about 7-1 at the moment, and Wellington is the one I've went with. And unfortunately, I don't have any handicaps at the moment, but I'll give you 2 horses that I will be backing for the week. We said Vauban, so he's already covered. But Beautiful Diamond, who runs on Wednesday in the Queen Mary, I think it is, at the Carlbrook 2-year-old. She's about 5-1. I think she could be very good. And this King of Steel is running on Thursday at 3:05. This was absolutely smashed during the week. It's about 6 or 7-1 coming from the Derby, and the owners were him and hawing on whether he was going to run or not. And now Kevin Stott is jocked up. It's 7-4. It's a weak field. I think he'd take plenty of beating.
I have a couple just to note. In the Royal Hunt Cup, Astro King, he's ran at Ascot a couple of times. He used to be in the same colours as Desert Crown. He's moved stables to Claire and Daniel Kubler. I like the trainers. Give him a good chance. In the Britannia, I mentioned him already. Docklands, Cicero's gift form. Think he's a good chance. And one I put Tom and Sean onto for the Chesham on Saturday. Supposed to be running. Golden Mind, Perfect Powers, younger brother by Galileo Gold. So he wants stepping up and trip. He won the last day, just got up on the line. Looks a bit of a crazy horse. You would like him.
Would I?
Yeah.
Send me a video.
Andrew.
What's your nap in next best?
I'll show my nap is Shaquille. And my next best is Subjectivist.
Very good. Nap, Adiar. Next best, Emily Dickinson. Look, Vauban is as obvious as the day is long. But Willie's in the other bumper. Stratham. To the last race on Saturday. 1 or 2 years ago. Missed it last season. No, Ryan.
Oh, Ryan will be on him.
Ryan will be on him. Stop it, will you? Talking nonsense. Ryan will be on him.
Willie Mullins is not tick.
Yeah. He only uses him on desperate times. Yeah, he's a horse that runs this. He runs Ascot well. Stay the trip. You'll have no problem about it. He'll go on the ground no matter what happens with the ground. Yeah, the old boy to take his crown back after not officially losing it because he didn't run it the year after he won it.
Willie has Bring On the Night running on Tuesday as well. Did you know that?
Does he?
Yeah, how unlucky was he to bump into Coltrane?
Oh, he's
Coltrane was like 98 in that race.
Chucked in.
Oh yeah, Bring On the Night. He's running and then Vauban's running after. Tom, finish us off.
Yeah, well, you've just absolutely ruined that on me, haven't you? So for fuck's sake, the one bit of effort I've done going into this. So let's get the nap out of the way with the nap. We're getting this done early. This is done on Tuesday. The whole shebang now, and including this by more bet. Like the week's off after Tuesday for me if this all goes.
Having a right off.
Tom, how many winners does he need? What's the average?
5, Lewis.
No, usually 4, and then seconds and thirds will get you. If you get 5, you'll win it.
He needs 4. Jesus,
5.
Tom, you're onto a ringer there. That's a great bet.
It was a great bet. Thanks, Sean. Yeah. Sorry to everybody who's missed it. Bit of after timing. But right, so the nap is Paddington. I'm keen to take on Chaldine, and I think Paddington's improving at a rate of knots. I think they'll get stuck into him. I'm really, really, really keen on him. So he's going to be my nap of the week. And then my next best comes in the race directly after that. So when I said we were getting this done over quickly, I wasn't lying. Bring On the Night. He was unlucky last year. He's gone up £3 for that. He ran off 93 there. He hasn't ran since. I presume that wasn't by design because I would imagine they wanted to go hurdling with him. But the fact that he's declared here, Willie's not bringing him over for the crack. He must be happy with it. Willie is absolutely flying at the minute. I think he'd had like 9 winners from his last 11 runners at one stage or something. He's got a
54% or something like that, isn't it?
53% at the minute. 8 winners from his last 15 runners. One of those was turned around in a bumper as well. They lost it in the steward's room, and he's had another second and a third. So he is absolutely on fire. And yeah, Bring On the Night. He ran into Coltrane. Coltrane was off 98 with a £40 claimer on board, and the two of them pulled a good bit clear. I know Arcadian Sunrise was closing, but the two of them, he cruised through the race, Bring On the Night. And looks like the winner until Coltrane did. And Coltrane's now rated £19 higher. So I think Bring On the Night. I think this is open for him, and I just think he'll win. To be honest, I know he's 9-4 in a handicap at Ascot, but it's a 2 mile 4 handicap. We don't get many of these, and I think these jumps trainers just get a bit extra out of them. So yeah, I'm very keen on Bring On the Night to get his head in front this year.
Okay, very good. That there ends our Royal Ascot preview. Big thank you to CJ's betting tips on the football. If you want to get involved, check him out on Telegram. If you don't have Telegram, download it, and the link is in the description. We really appreciate him sponsoring the video, so thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. Listen to us talk about the flat. We're not going yet, Tom. Don't worry.
Tom,
It's okay, Tom. Tom is very
Getting jiggy.
he's very untrustworthy. This will probably be our only flat video unless we decide to do a preview later in the season. But we'll be back for the jumps as normal. We'll do our thing and cause a bit of controversy. And to bring us to the end of this show, and is Tom with the Pimlico corner. Well done today. Cotty, you done the business out from the front. Zoom. Tell us your news, Tom.
Zoom.
Yeah, no, Cotty was great today. Changed tactics with wasn't exactly the plan. He was meant to sit in, but Cotty wanted to go to the front, so go to the front. Cotty did, and Mikey gave her a great ride from there. I thought she jumped brilliant. She's gone and won a really competitive handicap by 9 lengths. Couldn't be happier for the mare herself, to be honest. I just think, we've tried different things with her. She works very well at home, and it's always been a thing that the ability is definitely there. So to see her go and do that and put it all together was really good. And for her owners who've been patient, she's been quite frustrating. She's been placed a lot of times. She got her head in front last year, and then to go and do that again today is fantastic. So delighted for Cotty. But we have been very, very busy, myself and Nat, with Pimlico. We've been restocking, and we think we've bought a hell of a lot of nice horses. So I think the first bit of news is 9th Titan is with Willie Mullins. He's going to be our first runner with Willie, I hope, touch wood. Should be out in around a month's time. So that's very exciting. By all news, he's taken to jumping hurdles well. So we'll see how that goes. But he's mightily exciting. He's rated 90 at the flat, like super exciting. So we've got him to come. We've then bought our first horse with John McConnell, a lovely filly called Inatendu. She's grade 2 and listed placed over hurdle. She won a grade 3 bumper as well. She's still a maiden. They've run her 2 maiden hers of Wexford and Furness, and she got beaten by graded horses both times. She was fairly unlucky. Looking forward to her. A trip to Cheltenham, maybe in October, November, could be on the cards for Inatendu. So that's going to be lots of fun. I think there's 1 or 2 shares left, but they're nearly gone. They should be gone tomorrow, I think, in her. And then what else have we bought? I've saved the fun one to last. We've bought a lovely horse last week to go to Willie Mullins as well. A 3-year-old store by Spanish Moon. His half brother was placed in a grade 1 and won a grade 3. So we're about to launch him. If you'd like any information on any of these, it's tom@pimlicoracing.co.uk. Just give me a shout. And then the fun one is we went to Otoy in May, and we had a few bottles of wine, and everyone kind of gathered together, and we were going off for dinner, and Nat walks over to this group of lads and says, do you fancy going for dinner? And the lads said they did. Horrendous dinner, terrible restaurant, Nat. Absolutely every order messed up. Like, it was comical. It was like Fawlty Towers. It was that bad. But they happen to be owners of Flooring Porter. So we are about to launch, and Gavin Cromwell was at the dinner as well, and not to miss an opportunity, suggested that we get a horse together. WhatsApp group was set up the next morning between us, and we've all stuck to our word of a drunken dinner that we are going to buy a horse together. So we are looking for a horse. Gavin's looking for a horse for us, and we're about to launch the Pimlico Racing Flooring Porter Syndicate. So trust me, the entertainment side of that will be a lot of fun.
Now, because this will work lovely if it does, will the silks be the black breastplate and then the purple sleeves instead of the white sleeves that Flooring Porter has?
So what originally happened was
You're not answering it.
how are we going to divide all this up? How are we going to do it? So a game of rock, paper, scissors was decided for the colours,
Standard.
which I partook in on the Pimlico side. And I actually won the rock, paper, scissors. There is a video. It's not being aired anywhere. But I think after a discussion, we're going to merge the silks. I'm not. There's been a few versions that aren't fantastic.
Would you not just do that? Go the black and then the purple sleeve. The purple sleeves are what makes the Pimlico stand out, you know.
Yeah, I think the last one was going around was the purple sleeves, the black, and then a black hat with maybe a purple star or something like that.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, merge silks.
I can get on board with it.
Could work.
I can get on board with it.
Yeah, lots of fun, lots of entertainment value from that syndicate. We put it out there to our existing members last week, and we got a great response. So yeah, just looking for a horse, but yeah, lots of
a good trip to France, Tom.
What's that?
A good trip to France.
It was a good trip to France. It was a very good trip to France. Jigme paid for some of it, and yeah, we had a great time. We ended up on Saturday night with a few of the French guys. There was
another one.
A version of France on Nicole as he came into the restaurant. So it's cracking. It's just different gravy over there. It's fantastic.
Okay, Tom, best of luck with all the new horses. If you want to get involved, Tom gave you the email there. I'm sure Andrew will put it in the description. If you ever can't get in contact with Tom, just ask myself or Andrew or Sean, and we will send you in the right direction. Best of luck. Well done, McCarthy. Have a great Royal Ascot. Please leave your comments, your best bets in the description below. And last time, if you want some football bets, check out Team CJ's.